Many of my clients will say to me, Mike, should I take this settlement or should I go to court? And in each case, that really presents, in one degree or another, an equation where a lot of variables need to be weighed, and I do this in each case with the client's full participation. But on the one hand, we have to consider, well, what is the case worth? And to answer that question, we have to know what is the injury, what are the medical bills that have been incurred, what are the consequences to the client. In some cases, it could be substantial. In some cases, maybe not so much. But we would look at the length of recovery, the amount of the medical bills, the disability that my client will be left with, if any, how long that's expected to continue. A whole host of considerations go into that, what the client's future needs might be. And we try to arrive at what the case reasonably might fetch, to use that word, in court. Against that, you have to balance some other factors. Primarily, the thing we most often look at is what we call liability. In cases of strong liability, where we think the odds of prevailing in court are quite good, that would affect, in a positive way, the valuation of a case. There are other cases where liability may not be so strong, where if you're considering going to court, you have to recognize that there might be a fairly substantial chance that you would not get a verdict, that you would not prevail. And so when you weigh these factors together, in each particular case, you can sort of arrive at a range of what might be reasonable, balancing, and on the one hand, the absolute value, or the pure value of what the case is worth on your best day, so to speak, versus the reality, trying to project out what, given the reality of what might happen in that particular case, to what extent the case may need to be discounted in the face of weak liability. And so these cases, these situations, do call for some experience on both sides of those questions, and some other factors as well. But all of these things need to be discussed with the client and decided with the client's full participation after any questions are answered and after the client understands what is being weighed. But they are significant questions. Most cases do end up being settled, and so it's important to understand what goes into that decision.